When it comes to an MCU series on Disney Plus, you definitely have to wait until the end before you make a decision about the series. Guys, back on the cinema scale, today we are taking a first look at all 6 episodes of the Disney original series Ironheart. The series focuses on the life of Riri Williams after the events of Wakanda Forever. After a bad run in college, she returns home to continue in her obsession of building the next best iron suit for the protection of her family. While in her crazed attempt to do so, she finds herself entangled with a gang of hoodlums, as it were, run by a man named Parker, aka the Hood. The series stars Dominique Thorne, Lyric Ross, and Anthony Ramos as the Hood. I really thought this series had the potential to work. And although there were some very great moments and some great highlights of this particular series, there were a lot of things that made this bridge not as solid as it could have been for the MCU. In this film, Dominique plays Riri Williams. That is our beloved Ironheart. She is supposed to be, in essence, our next Iron Man-like character. And one of the things that I found to be interesting was that they portray her as an unstable, emotional, grief-filled, selfish, foolish kind of girl. She did portray this immaculately. I felt as though Dominique was good as Riri Williams. Even since Wakanda Forever, she does well in the role of Riri Williams. Now, does she have great story material to work with? That's another story. I do believe that she brings a great sense of believability and a great performance to this particular character. And she's adorable. You know, you just want to take her and put her in your little pocket. But one of the things that makes her character difficult to believe is the fact that there is no development. We know that she goes through a traumatic experience with her friend. We understand her road of grief and devastation, but we're not really getting the full sense of who she is. And I feel like that's the problem overall with these MCU series, that we don't have enough time to get introduced to the character, to grow with the character, and then to love them by the end of the series. Her best friend is played by Lyric Ross. She plays Natalie Washington, and she's just the friend. I mean, you know, her character, you can easily overlook her character if you're not careful. She plays the nagging kind of friend, the kind of friend that always tries to steer a Riri in the right direction. I mean, she's her best friend. That's her role in this particular film, going through their emotional ups and downs, or in this series, their ups and downs. Why do I keep thinking this is a film? There is a lot of dynamic there between the two of them. I do think that Dominique and the Lyric have good chemistry together. I did love that aspect of the casting. And I feel like those two worked, even though there was not much story to work with. Now, Anthony Ramos is our antagonist in this series. He plays the Hood. Now, all of you guys know that the Hood is one of her main villains in the comic books. And, you know, I do appreciate how they're trying to introduce all of these characters to the MCU leading up to Doomsday. But what I feel as though it's just rushed. Like right from the first episode, boom, just right there in your face kind of thing. And when you throw a character in there so quickly, you lose that sense of fear because the audience already is connected to the character. There is no build up for that main character. There should have been a better introduction for the Hood. I do believe that Anthony Ramos was just not the greatest cast for this role. I mean, I get that he's on this wave of just success right now, but I don't think he was good for the Hood, man. I just feel as though, you know, he played the villain well, but I'm still seeing Anthony Ramos. Like, when it comes to these big productions, you got to go with the nobody actor. I always believe going with the nobody is the best. Now, if you are someone who is dealing with the loss of a loved one, if you're someone who is dealing with grief and you're having trouble letting go, or you're having trouble moving forward, I should say, then this series is going to appeal to you. There is a nice theme of love, loss, and hope that is wrapped up into this series. But there are vital questions that we don't really necessarily get the answers to. For example, Ironheart. Who is she and why is she? I feel as though that could have been touched a lot more in this series to make that bigger and better emotional connection towards the end of the series. Because the way episode 6 ended, it kind of made her look like she was a fool. Like, you go through all of this trouble to acquire XYZ, and then when you do it, you step backwards into ABC. It just doesn't make any sense. And so because of that, you may not necessarily feel connected to Riri because you don't understand her as a result of it. I really think that a character like her should have gotten a full movie in the MCU. Like, a character as powerful as Ironheart, I don't think you can just throw that together in a mere 6-episode series and then say, here we go, we're moving forward. Nor do I think her introduction in Wakanda Forever was sufficient enough for us to be able to fully grasp the character of Ironheart. So guys, that was Ironheart on the cinema scale. Please let me know in that comment box what you thought of this series. Did you feel as though it was rushed? Did you like Anthony Ramos as the Hood? And yes, we are here to talk spoilers, but maybe in a later video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video and want to see more, hit that up next click.